Yo guys, and welcome back towards this new stream here on the channel. And on today's stream I will be discussing Bitcoin and the current ongoing price action, because Bitcoin right now is of course coming down once again. We see another rejection of a very important level, and so far it looks to be that we're not able to be breaking above this level. So I will be discussing Bitcoin, and I'm going to go over about what we're currently seeing and what we could be expecting, and as well I will be discussing a lot of altcoins with you guys, and we'll have some discussions about how Bitcoin is currently looking, and I want to be seeing your insights about what you guys currently think, of course. So with that being said, guys, let's jump right away in towards the content. So is the mic peaking? Is the mic peaking? Mic test. Someone is saying it, mic is speaking. So should be alright right now here, to be honest. Everything should be okay. But anyways, let's dive right away in towards the content. And I think like my friend used my microphone, so he adjusted my microphone settings a little bit here. But anyways, Bitcoin is seeing another rejection here on the market. Like you can see, I've been looking towards this horizontal range here on the 1 hour time frame for quite a while already. And this horizontal range here has been one of those most importantly rejection ranges. And like you can see on this range, we've got a rejection over here. We've seen a rejection over here. We've seen a supportive advance over here. And once again, we're seeing another rejection today. So Bitcoin again finding a rejection on this very critical level is for me a pretty big signal that Bitcoin is still losing strength. And to be honest, this really reminds me of a structure that Bitcoin has been as well creating over here. Like we were trading on those highs here, we were basically breaching through. Oh, and I have to reload this page for a second here, because sometimes I just have to reload my page and everything is going to be alright again. This one. So okay, so what this really reminds me of here, of the channel we're currently trading in. So like you can see, Bitcoin right now broke above it, came below, rejection, right? We've seen this several times before. So as well over here, we saw this critical range over on the market. We saw, of course, rejection, breakthrough, break below, and right away we came down again. So here we don't even saw the retest again on the market, but of course you saw already that we were lacking strength, even though we were breaking above a very crucial level in the market. So that's pretty important to look at right now here. And to be honest, this chart is not really loading up and not really working for me. But let's go further in towards the 1 hour time frame. So we can clearly as well see that Bitcoin is currently as well in a significant downtrend. Bitcoin has been forming lower highs after lower highs after lower highs. Is typically speaking a downward sloping structure, is typically a little bit more bearish. So I will take in consideration that we're still in a downtrend, and I can't say Bitcoin is an uptrend as long as we're not breaking above this range high that we have been creating, the recent range high, of course. So that is pretty important to be recognizing right now as well. But on the larger scale as well, we are still forming a higher low as well here. So yes, we are definitely right now in some kind of a consolidation period, because in the bigger scheme, we are forming higher lows together with lower highs. And that, of course, signifies the market is in a consolidation phase here. Of course, you could be better see it here is on the 4 hour time frame, because on the 4 hour time frame you can clearly see we have been forming. I will be approaching like we already broke it down here, because you can see 1, 2, 3 very strong touch points, very strong bounces, and right now we're falling below it. So you can see this was a pretty important support line we were looking at. We were looking as well towards a pretty crazy downward sloping resistance line from the highs, and we also broke down of that one. So in my opinion, we broke down of the symmetrical triangle, because we can see the significance of the lower side of support has been met, and right now we're trading below it, and it's of course a little bit more bearish, and that could be definitely playing out. A reason why I could stay a little bit more bearish on the immediate short term is once again the funding rates. I have said it several times before. A thing that I do not want to be seeing here is that the Binance predicted funding rates are going positive again. And what can we currently see? Like you can see right now in front of your screen here, the Binance the Binance funding rates are currently positive again. What does that mean? It basically means that there are once again more longers than shorters in the market. And what we do know is that approximately more than 60% from the total interest on the whole market is coming from Binance. So the majority of the traders currently on the whole cryptocurrency market, and sorry for sometimes having a minor lag spike here, but the majority of the traders of the whole cryptocurrency market are right now a little bit more longing rather than shorting. And that is, of course, getting myself not necessarily so bullish like I am once we are trading all short. So that is, of course, an important thing to know. And because of this funding rate being positive again right now, there could be definitely a possibility that Bitcoin is going to see a further continuation towards the downside, indeed. And of course, in order for Bitcoin to really come down here, we need to as well break some very critical support ranges on the 1 hour support Bitcoin chart. I mean, we have to be breaking below of this support range that we're currently drawing here and we're currently looking at. We have to be breaking below, of course, the range low here of the horizontals around the 34.5k, 34.8k. Pretty important level, of course, to be looking at, in my opinion. We could be, of course, expecting that this level as well going to be providing a very strong market bounce here. So, yeah, there are definitely some levels that we have to be, of course, breaking if we want to be seeing the market going lower. But it would make a lot of sense to shake out even more long positions here to see even more negative funding rates back towards in the market here. Bitcoin to 120k in 2 months. I do still believe, guys, don't get me wrong. I am right now maybe a little bit more bearish on the imminent short term because the funding rates are still not negative. But don't get me wrong, I am one of the biggest bulls here about Bitcoin if we're talking about the long term. You can call me a moon boy if we're going to talk about Bitcoin and the whole year of 2022, because I do expect that Bitcoin is still easily going to set a new all-time high in 2022. But right now, and now we're going to start to be zooming out a little bit here, we're just in another reaccumulation phase here. So we are in a reaccumulation phase because that's how Bitcoin works and that's how Bitcoin goes here. So we can clearly see Bitcoin is, of course, it goes up and down. Bitcoin comes down, Bitcoin comes up. That is how Bitcoin works here. And of course, once Bitcoin is down, people are saying, I told you so, Bitcoin was going to 8K. Once Bitcoin goes up here, people are going to say, I told you so, Bitcoin is going to 100K. It's always the same things that we're seeing. And it's pretty funny because I've been working in crypto for right now almost over 5 years, and I see these things happening literally every single time over again. It's like, it's not stopping. People say I'm not attaching my emotions towards crypto, but yet they're still doing so. There are yet right now as well people in the chat saying, I know for sure, I told you so, Bitcoin is going to 8K. And that is just getting myself particularly bullish, because once I see a lot of people saying those kinds of things here, it is generally a bottom signal, to be honest. But right now, do we necessarily have the bottom in here? I'm not necessarily sure, to be honest. Like I already explained, if we're looking towards the daily time frame, and of course I made already a dedicated video about it. If we get towards the daily time frame, Bitcoin is not looking necessarily the strongest. Why? Is because we saw a shooting star here on the daily time frame. What is a shooting star? Let me quickly search it up for you guys here on the internet. Shooting star, and then crypto. So what a shooting star basically means here is this here. A very big candle. Okay, can you see it? Wait, let me open it on a new tab. A shooting star basically is once you're seeing a market moving up, and then you create this red candle with a big wick on the top side, right? So that is exactly what we did here. The market came down here, like you can see, it came down. It came up for an approximately 4 or 5 days, and then we saw this shooting star getting formed here. Shooting star is usually a very significant signal that a market is going to reverse its trend again. So that is, for me, on the daily time frame, a pretty big warning shot fired right in my face there. So that is, of course, important to know here. Shooting star in the Bitcoin daily time frame could be having a more particular bearish outcome on the market. As well, a thing that we learned and a thing that we do know from these markets is that Bitcoin is, generally speaking, good for accumulation once it is oversold, right? So right now it was pretty oversold. It went all the way down towards 19 on the RSI daily index, what is an absolutely crazy cheap ass price, of course, and a crazy cheap ass level for the RSI. But you have to know that Bitcoin could be easily created bullish divergence. How is the bullish divergence getting created on such kind of a market? Bitcoin is going to come most likely down a little bit further, and then it's going to come up, and the RSI is going to create something like this here. So that is my expectation. I have already said it. I don't think we're going to see this massive market reversal without the bullish divergence. Why? Is because usually that's the thing that we do here in these kinds of markets here. So I truly hope we could see one, because such kind of a bullish divergence on the daily time frame is very easy to be trading on. And if we could be see that bullish divergence, I can easily open a very strong long position right now on Bitcoin. So I'm definitely look forward towards seeing that, of course. So I'm still going to be waiting a little bit longer. But anyways, what are we seeing on the weekly time frame? We don't know exactly what Bitcoin is currently doing, because Bitcoin is behaving itself a little bit weird, right? So what Bitcoin is basically doing is creating a typical stock market structure, right? I mean, we have seen, not necessarily stock market structure, we have seen these structures as well several times on the regular crypto markets, but on lower time frames, but never on a weekly time frame. And this is what all caught us off guard, of course. So what happened is Bitcoin went in this extreme bull phase here in the beginning of end of 2020, beginning 2021. We went in this extreme bull phase. Then we formed a top here on approximately 65,000 US dollars. Once we bottomed out here, we reaccumulated. And you know what's funny, if we're going to look at Glassnode here, guys, is that over here, on this level over here, on this drop off over here, on these candles over here, and before going further in towards my real Bitcoin weekly analysis, I'm going to as well give some extra on top analysis about what literally happened on chain. What did these sellers do in the market? So if we're going to look at Glassnode, in that correction of May, and I have to zoom out a little bit like this, and I have to get it correctly into, yeah, you can see it correctly right now. So what we're really looking towards is that the orange line is the real, no, this is unrealized. I want to be having the realized loss. Excuse me, this is the wrong chart. Realized loss. So let me go towards, yeah, this is the right chart. So what happened, and you can see the orange line is basically the realized loss. And how realized loss is created here is that you have unrealized and realized loss or profit. So unrealized is create, let's say you bought Bitcoin on 60K, Bitcoin comes down to 30K, and then you have an unrealized loss of 50% basically, right? But if you sell it against that price, you have a realized loss here, because you only make a loss if you sell it, of course. So what happened in the May correction, and what was so important, is that we saw a massive spike towards the upside here on the realized loss, and we came down right away with the realized loss down here. Why is it so important that we saw a spike, and why is it important to have a spike here? Is because if it's a sustainable period, it signifies basically a bear market. Why? Is because a lot of people don't have faith in the market, and it's not only a certain amount of people that are getting washed out, of course. Here, you can clearly see it was a wash out of a certain amount of people that were selling against a loss, and then we were going further on in towards the market. And like you can see in every single market correction basically in Bitcoin, we see a spike and we come down right away after in realized loss here. But right now, I want to be talking about what we're currently seeing, of course. So like you can see here, we saw another big spike. Not as big as the previous one, not a 5 billion spike as the previous one, but once again, we can see a massive spike in realized loss getting enabled. And we were not really seeing these spikes happening before, since of course 2020, even though we came down further and further on. So this is finally a very bullish thing here, even though, yeah, people are selling against a loss. Is it bullish or not? In my opinion, yes, because the more people that are going to sell against a loss here, the more further and the more longer and the more sustainable this bull market can take here. So we saw a significant amount of people selling against a loss, and what we want to be seeing is the exact same like we saw here basically in May. A big spike up here and then a flattened curve. Why do I want to be seeing a flattened curve? Like you can see over here, we basically went up because no one was really selling anymore at the loss here. No one was really anymore winning to sell basically, and we have to have the same sentiment right now. If no one is really willing to sell their Bitcoins off anymore, we're going to be looking, of course, extremely good here. So it is definitely a very interesting play how it went here, and so far we're seeing similar things here in these same corrections. But the only weird part about it is that Bitcoin had to come down and approximately 38% first, and we were not really shaking out a lot of people. But after the 38% correction, we crashed another 24%, and then we shaked out all these people. So that is a very interesting way how Bitcoin usually doesn't really operate. As well, right now I want to be talking about another thing here. So Bitcoin on the weekly time frame. Why was it a little bit more unexpected? Because Bitcoin was breaching through its all-time high, and basically what we did here we were creating an unregulated market top here. What that is basically once you're forming some kind of a double top, but only with a little bit of a higher top. Usually once you break the all-time high, Bitcoin flies way further off it because Bitcoin has basically no resistance ahead of himself. So in this case, it was not happening, of course, like we do know. But what actually happened is that we were creating an ABC correction, it looks like. So we have an ABC correction, and that is what we are currently seeing here. But what we have to know, if we're looking towards this market structure and this ABC kind of correction, is that such kind of an ABC correction has a C target below the A here. So we are still in the correction phase from of this May correction. Indeed, what the wave tells me, what the market analysis tells me, because this is a very typical market structure. Only we usually tend to not see this on a Bitcoin weekly time frame. We usually see this on a 1 hour, maybe 4 hour, but I've never seen this before on the weekly time frame. So actually, a target of the C always has to be lower than the A in this case, in this such kind of an ABC correction where we are forming a higher market top. So that is, of course, a thing that is getting myself a little bit worried. Do we always have to play out the exact same pattern like we did in the past? No, we don't have to. So yeah, we could be also argue maybe the bottom is already in. But to be looking at previous price action, and if we're going to look at like the things I've learned from technical analysis, and this is basically really a stock market play here, like I was talking about, and a lower time frame play here. Usually the C comes below the A here, so that's definitely a big warning shot here. As well, we could be looking for an approximately beautiful parallel channel here on the weekly time frame. Beautiful uptrend that is currently getting created here. We're moving up in a very steady pace here, and top side resistance, lower side support, and we're trading on the lower side. So we're trading on the lower side together with the RSI trading significantly lower than we have been doing let me see, since we have been doing for the past 2 years basically. As well, we're creating currently in hidden bullish divergence. This is really a strong one. I mean, we have been playing this hidden bullish divergence already out for like a couple of weeks. So we are currently forming a lower low in the market. While we are creating a lower low in the market, we're forming a higher lower low in the RSI. We're forming a higher low on the market. So we're forming a hidden bullish divergence. The hidden bullish divergences are basically getting formed here. Market forming higher low and the RSI forming lower low. So that's pretty important to know here. Let's see how that is going to be playing out from this point here. So let me see. I'm sure. I know I don't watch anyone here. I literally don't watch anyone here on YouTube except myself here. I only do my own research. Could be an ABC flat correction. Could be true. There could be as well a possibility indeed that Bitcoin is going to be creating an ABC flat correction. In that case, we are going to be finding a double bottom, and in that case, we're going to come down a little bit further, and in that case, we're going to, of course, form a bottom exactly on the C as well. So I'm definitely looking forward towards it, how that is going to be playing out. As well, we could be approaching it maybe like an Elliott wave structure in terms of the whole move that we have been creating. But are we is this one move here? Is this one move? I mean, this one, like the first wave was a very strong wave here, but is the fifth wave still yet to come here? Most likely it is. Most likely the fifth wave is still yet to come here. So let's see how it is going to be playing out here. But so far we have seen a lot of weakness in the third wave here towards the upside. The fourth correction wave is what we're right now in here. So are we still waiting for that last leg here? I would have loved to see something like this here happening. That would have been way more amazing to see the forthcoming bottoming out around to 50,000, but unfortunately, that's not the case here. So we could be still as well argue for maybe looking for an Elliott wave structure where we have seen a first impulsive move here, second impulsive move down, third up, fourth down, and then the fifth up again. So, we all know it basically already. Bitcoin is right now having a lot of negative sentiment right now, right? But Bitcoin is going to recover. That's a fact. That's a thing we know. And I don't know if you see it, but just look around. Look around and you see so much countries right now adopting Bitcoin. Like Brazil is investing, the UK is talking about it, the US want to be using Bitcoin as a security. Of course, that's not really necessarily a bullish thing here, but everyone is talking about Bitcoin, and of course, all these South American countries want to be adopting Bitcoin. So once they are doing so, and they are investing in Bitcoin, these big other wealthy countries, they don't want to miss out here. They don't want to come late towards the party because this is going to be a world reserve currency most likely. So, and they all know it as well. They see the future, but they only are in the denial phase still. Let me see. The third wave is usually longer than the first wave. Yeah, that's true. And that is also the thing that I'm worried about, because that's like I was really expecting a more exponential wave here. Every single wave tends to get more exponential. The first waves in the bull market was so far the strongest, but the whole difference in this whole run up is like Bitcoin is changing up so much. It's crazy. So it is currently in Mexican pesos. It's like 756,000. So that's pretty crazy. I'm currently in Mexico, by the way, for you guys who doesn't know yet here. But like, I want to be talking like about this here. So we can clearly see Bitcoin on Google Trends. It's absolutely crazy. We are not even close towards those stages of 2017. Bitcoin has literally seen, and you can't deny it. You can't deny it. You can either say, no, the hype is already done, the retail FOMO is already done. No, so far, we have been only seeing FOMO from big institutions, from countries, and so far. We have not seen the retail FOMO so far. And literally what we currently can see, and we are reflecting it from Google Trends, this is crazy. We have never seen, we're almost seeing no traffic towards Bitcoin, especially right now in these periods. Of course, we're still in a higher period like before in 2020, but we're nowhere close towards the 2017 top here. I mean, if Bitcoin reaches 100K, hell yeah, we are going to be breaking through here. Hell yeah, in 2000, if we're breaking 100K, everyone is going to talk about Bitcoin. Everyone, your neighbors, your grandma is even going to talk about Bitcoin. My grandma was talking about Bitcoin once we were trading at Altcoins. Like, everyone will be talking about Bitcoin as soon as we do break that 100K barrier. But right now, there's just like a point. We just have to come above it, and we're coming close. We're coming close towards that point. And it will be all right here. So as well, pretty interesting article. 33.5 billion worth of Ethereum is trapped in the largest Ethereum contract. So the largest beacon chain staking contract worth of approximately 33.5 billion US dollars is awaiting the Ethereum mainnet merge to be unlocking. So someone is currently staking. Oh, what happened? Guys, let me know. Is everything all right? I see we have one viewer right now. I don't know. Hello, do you guys hear me? I'm still live. On my screen, everything is still working. I see I have one viewer. I don't know if it's correctly. Oh, you guys are back again. What the I think it was a little bit of a glitch from my side. I was a glitch from my side. I want to be showing you. Like, I use my everything is good. Everyone's saying, like, I use my this is my room, by the way. I use my iPad here for the stream stats, and out of nowhere, my iPad was saying we were not having any. I'm the one view. It was saying one viewer, everyone left here. So let's go further. So currently there's 33.5 billion US dollars locked in a contract on Ethereum. Why is he doing so? I mean, I would have done the same here if I had 33.5 billion, because your Ethereum is going to be worth way more as soon as the merge comes out here. So that's pretty smart from him. The single largest Ethereum contract containing 8,646,000 and 954 Ethereum worth of approximately 33.5 billion is sitting idle because it cannot spend or send. A Twitter highlight, yeah, here you can see the highlight. Basically what it is here, and let me go to the contract address, to the contract. So currently it's worth way less here, if I say correctly, because the market came down pretty quickly. But basically what he's doing, he locked up 33.5 billion in staking, and he can only unlock it as soon as the merge comes out here. I think it's pretty smart, because once the merge comes out here, probably he already made a bunch of more Ethereum, so he could be selling against a way bigger profit because he's got more Ethereums. And at that same time here, the Ethereum price will be probably stay way higher because it's going over proof of stake, you know? So pretty good investment by him, and I don't think it's a not too bad one here. So Bitcoin coming down, by the way, a little bit on this 1 hour candle. But further on, let me dive into some other altcoins. So Vechain. What can we say about Vechain? What can we talk about Vechain as well? I will be talking about Ethereum in a second afterwards. Ethereum almost dipping below 2,000, you know, so we have to talk about it. Almost, I mean, 2,400. We're coming closer to 2,000 here, so it's pretty crazy numbers, of course. But Vechain, of course, first of all, we know one thing here. We came down massively, and you know it's pretty weird. What I don't like about Vechain right now, and that is a signal of a bearish market, is that like Vechain gets so much good news out here, and the price doesn't really react. Like the price reacts and it comes down right away afterwards. So that's something I don't like here. Vechain is a project, good project, revolutionary project. They work, they have an actual product. It's not like a shit coin. It's a good investment, especially if you are an investor that likes to think about a little bit of an let's say a 3 to 9 month or a 3 to 12 month investment. I think Vechain is definitely your best buddy. And excuse me for a little bit of a lag spike that we currently are experiencing. Sometimes I see the internet connection is spiking a little bit here, so excuse me for that. But anyways, like Vechain is definitely a very good option for you to be investing in that case. But what we can see so far is that Vechain, of course, currently extremely oversold. Last time Vechain was so oversold was March 2020. March 2020 was the last time Vechain was so oversold like it is right now here, like you can see on this chart. So is that right away your buy signal? Yes. I mean, is this right now the bottom? Most likely not. We don't know. It's very hard to say this is the bottom. But what we learned is that if we're always going to be looking towards average accumulation ranges, you want to be looking at extremely oversold territoriums. And currently we're in this extremely oversold territorium, so I do think Vechain is a little bit better on these accumulation ranges. Still, I've been accumulating Vechain from 9 cents all the way down so far. I don't regret a single moment of it. Yes, I am suffering losses currently on Vechain. I have been buying Vechain below 1 cent as well. I've been buying a bunch of Vechain below 1 cent here. I've been distributing along the way up in the first bull trend up here. I've been reaccumulating right now, and with my redeployment of money, I am holding way more Vechain like I was doing before. So far I'm a pretty happy guy. So I am definitely a believer of Vechain because of the fundamentals of the project. So you're probably also not going to correct me. There are always people going to say Vechain is that or whatsoever, and that is also another reason why I'm investing in it. So what we could be as well look at is real quickly the MACD. So the MACD is of course also a very important indicator. What we can see with the MACD moving average is that we can clearly see we're forming a higher low trend here on the MACD. Together with this higher low trend on the MACD here on the moving averages, we're forming significant lower lows in the price action. What does it mean? It means that the sell pressure is disappearing out of the market on the daily time frame, but still price action yet on the market still forms lower lows. So that's definitely a pretty bullish signal, to be very honest, that we're currently experiencing on this market. So that's looking pretty good here. However, on the daily time frame, we have not been breaking below of this level over here. This is definitely one of those last critical support ranges here. If we're going to break below the 3.4 cents, yes, we're most likely going to have a little bit of a harder time here, because this was basically the point where we started this whole massive rally towards the upside. So I'm looking forward towards this range on how it's going to be holding up here. So yeah, what's going to be important is that we're going to as well look at the lower time frames. Lower time frames, we're starting to be forming a little bit more of bullish price action. Why am I saying so? Is because basically we have been forming a range higher high than the previous high over there, and currently we could be maybe looking to be creating a higher low as well. What could be leading towards a further continuation towards higher targets. So we just have to give the market a little bit more time here, in my opinion. I mean, I've been accumulating because I'm not really, to be honest, I don't really look at the 1 hour time frame on Vechain. I don't trade Vechain. I hodl Vechain because I believe I could be making a fortune. And like, it's just like wise investors, just like The Big Short. We all know the movie. Like, they were shorting the housing market because they were seeing some things other people were not seeing, right? And right now, what I know, and like they suffered losses for like 2 years in a row. They shorted it a little bit too early, and like I'm bullish on Vechain, and I'm buying it, and there's going to be one day I'm going to be freaking right, and Vechain is absolutely going to skyrocket here, because Vechain is going to stay here, and it's definitely one of those big projects we could be making fortunes of money with. So it's definitely not a short-term play here. Yes, I could be tomorrow Vechain could be down here, but for me Vechain is a longer-term play here, just like other coins like EGLD, like Ethereum, like Bitcoin as well. Basically, those are all longer-term coins here. They're not like get rich quick tomorrow. And that's also the whole different, the wrong mindset a lot of people have here, because that's the thing that I think is a little bit bad here of the market in the cryptocurrency space right now, right? The thing that's a little bit messed up here is because like we had such big gains in 2017, and people see, oh, you could make so much money, and of course I made a lot of money in 2017 because of the market. But the whole problem is you should not think in the way like I want to be making quick money. I want to make quick money right now, because then you're not going to make quick money, and you shouldn't have that mindset. I mean, making 1% every single day a year, and you start with $10,000 US. Oh my gosh, my light is falling. You have more than 1.5 million, if I said correctly, 2.2 million or so. I mean, you're already a millionaire if you're taking 1% every single day. So just think about compound interest. It's a longer term play here. It doesn't really matter if it comes up or comes down today. It's all about the longer term play here, and that's also exactly the play with Vechain. I'm not having a short term vision at all with Vechain right now. So I love Vechain. Why? Fundamentals. If you don't know, I mean, I can talk about the fundamentals in deeply. I will probably definitely. I should drop just a dedicated video about all the fundamentals explained, and I can every single time I can link you guys towards it, because the fundamentals are absolutely insane. And I mean, that's the part what I love about Vechain. Like, it's a good fundamental project. So yeah, definitely do your research on it. Always do your own research, because never trust anyone on the internet, and don't trust me as well. I always say to everyone out there who is like watching me or watching anyone on the internet, don't trust anyone on the internet, because I mean, I don't know you guys maybe know me a little bit here, because I'm talking to you and you're not talking to me, you know. So never trust anyone on the internet. It's pretty important to know here. Let's see. Can you please check XRP? Let's go over XRP, my man. XRP Angel, of course. XRP Angel. You're definitely an XRP Angel. So let's go over XRP. I mean, XRP, 60 cents, almost 50 cents. So XRP came down massively, of course. It came down massively, drastically as well, I could say. What are we supposed to look at? We're supposed to look at this range over here. Is this one of the most important ranges to... Oh, excuse me, my head is in front of it. Is this one of the most most important levels to hold on towards right now? Yes, most certainly it is. Are we going to hold on towards level? Yeah, that's going to be the question. We not find out yet here. Why is this such an important level? Is because, like you can see here, we've seen several touches. several rejections, and if we could hold on towards this level, we're going to be all right. Otherwise, we're going to be screwed, and XRP is definitely going to be going in a more bearish market, even though it's already in a pretty bearish market. And I mean, XRP, it's different, you know. I think XRP is not a bad investment, but don't expect returns tomorrow. Don't expect returns next week. Don't expect returns on XRP in a month from now on. XRP is also a little bit of a longer term play, you know. So I believe XRP could absolutely explode here. It could easily go to $3 in just literally one day here from this point if we get some good news, of course, out there. So XRP is really a news-related token, and I mean it's so far apparently a security, or it's maybe not security. So I'm looking forward towards what the SEC is going to do with it. But anyways, XRP is currently creating a falling wedge here on the daily time frame. Typical more bullish bias pattern, and I mean it's not all too bad to be buying into XRP right here. I mean, I don't expect we're going to break it tomorrow, but you could easily make an approximately 76% gain from this point, you know. So XRP can indeed make you a bunch of money if you're buying these dips on XRP, because XRP dips are pretty powerful. But I mean, for some weird reason, it is just not has the capability to break above that $2 range, you know. It has not that capability to do so, and that's of course pretty unfortunate. And also, it's unlimited supply is the thing that I don't like. So yeah, XRP, well, we're seeing a falling wedge getting created on daily time frame, pretty bullish big signal, and it's most likely going to be pumping towards the upside, breaking towards the upside, because a falling wedge tends to always break towards the upside. But a very big bot is coming here. It is most likely going to take a little bit of time before it's going to be breaking towards the upside. Bull market Indians. Bull market ends in euphoria, not in fear. And that's exactly what I mean here. There's no bull market that ended in fear. Because, you know what? I mean, this is also a thing that I want to be seeing here. Glassnode. I want to be showing you some facts. We have not really seen the signals of a bull and bear market rate yet, right? So, let me go to the realized profit. Because we see always... no, where is it? I mean, let me see. I mean, I will be prepared at the Glassnode chart, because otherwise I have to search it up the whole time, and it's going to be pretty boring. So I'm going to prepare that Glassnode chart for like the next stream. Probably tomorrow I'm going to do another stream here, or maybe later today I'm going to do another stream on my channel here. And I'm going to show you some evidence that, like, on-chain, we're not seeing the same things we have seen here in 2017, top of the bull market. We have indeed not have this retop peak here. We've not seen this FOMO pump here. We've not seen this blow off top. So yeah, I definitely don't think the bull market is done yet here. And as well, I don't really, to be honest, I don't really like the term of a bull bear market anymore, because we're in completely different stages. We're moving up in waves, a bullish trend, bearish trend, bullish trend, bearish trend. And that's because the market is just becoming older. The market is becoming mature, you know. Can you check XCH? Let me check XCH. Showing sec against the Bitcoin. It's not necessarily showing strength against the Bitcoin, but let me go to the US dollar pair. It's not really showing strength against the Bitcoin, to be honest. But I mean, on the US dollar pair, it's like a terrible coin. I'm sorry to say it. I mean, it's coming down. It doesn't look ready to end here. Now, very clear support range on the lower side. We do have a clear resistance range on the highs, but it's not looking necessarily so strong here, to be very honest. It's not necessarily looking extremely strong for this token right here. So no, I don't really think we're going to be seeing. I mean, I will be staying away from this token that is in an infinity downtrend here for already very long and sustainable period. Even though in October, where the markets were extremely bullish, Bitcoin setting new all-time highs, this token still came down here. So no, that's a reason for me to stay away from it. I think it's lacking. If a token goes down where the Bitcoin is going up in like October, you should stay away from it, in my opinion. In my opinion, it's a very bad investment in that case. Then we could be in a crazy range. Let me see. you guys saying? Market cycle isn't finished. Bitcoin dominance hasn't broken down so far. So let me go over the Bitcoin dominance for a second here. I mean, I've got very clear thoughts on the Bitcoin dominance. I could hold on towards the 39.8%, surprisingly, to be honest. But yeah, personally, what I expect here, last time that we really saw this big market movement getting started again here, is once we touch this downward sloping trend line. If Bitcoin is going to be managing to be breaking above this downtrend over here and break up here towards 50%, then we could be, of course, see afterwards a very bullish period for the altcoins again getting started, or even a touch point of this level and a rejection of this level could be, of course, as well a lot of bullishness for the altcoins. But already, like you can see, we've got quite a lot of touch points over here already. So the more times you're going to touch a certain level, the more likely it is that you're going to be breaking above it. The break above is going to be bearish for altcoins. And I mean, I'm holding a lot of altcoins. I mean, I'm holding currently approximately 60, 70, no, I mean, it's right now probably more. It's around 70% Bitcoin, Ethereum, rest of them altcoins, because I'm heavily invested in a lot of altcoins. So that would be, for me, my portfolio very good if we're going to see a rejection from this point. If we're not, I'm going to scale out a little bit here. And I'm going to look to hold also more Bitcoin and Ethereum, of course. So yeah, pretty interesting what we're currently seeing here. But the Bitcoin dominance is bouncing back very strongly, and so far, yeah, we have not seen this significant correction. And in my opinion, the Bitcoin dominance is always going to stay lower, like it was in 2017. You know, it's like, so 2017 was a very short-term bottom for the Bitcoin dominance. 2018 as well. Because of January 2018, we saw this that massive market spike in altcoins, of course. But what I do really expect is that the Bitcoin dominance will always stay a little bit lower, is because there are really coming out good projects out there in the market, and they're really adding a lot of value towards the whole market, you know. And that's the reason why they will be most likely still stay around here. So yeah, looking good. Rover long night. No, not at all. I mean, it's currently like 8 a.m. here, and I woke up on 6, and I slept for 8.5 hours, so not a long night for me at all. I mean, you know, the past eight nights I've slept not very perfectly. I had like a food poisoning, so I've been ill for like 4 days in a row, and I'm still a little bit recovering from it, but I feel okay, to be very honest. But food poisoning is literally the worst thing to get. I've never like experienced such a bad feeling ever. I mean, I wish it towards no one. I mean, I was like throwing up. I'm not going to say it because it's not really appropriate, but like food poisoning, worst thing to have in your whole life here. I hate it. Oh, you're hodling Casta. Yeah, I am hodling Casta. You know why? I actually think it's going to be like there's a lot of hate around Casta, but I actually think it's going to be pumping once the application comes out here, because that application, like they right now have no product. They have a coin without a product. But since the product comes out, they're actually going to have something, and then I expect literally a pump. So Amir is currently a member for 11 months. That's crazy. You know, the channel right now literally exists like... Amir, you're pretty OG, because like literally 11 months ago, no, 12 months ago, I uploaded my first video here on my channel or so. 12 months ago, I uploaded my first video. No, a little bit, like 12 months and 1 week ago, I uploaded my first video, and you're already a member for 11 months. You're crazy, Amir. Thank you so much for supporting the channel. I mean, it's like crazy that you always have been here, my man. So that's pretty cool. Do you hold VPAD? For sure. I use my VPAD. I mean, I'm just purely staking. I mean, I've not looked at my VPAD. I'm just always staking it, and I try to get in these projects, like launch my NFT, etc. Those are pretty good projects to get in towards, because you're making just a bunch of money, and I make us also more VPAD. So basically, at the same time, while I get my allocation, I make more money as well. So that's pretty good. Also, guys, you know, still the coin Pluton. That was crazy. This was crazy. This is absolutely some crazy price action. This token literally make me a fortune. I mean, I've called this token. I've called this freaking token on my channel, and I was talking about, guys, I'm holding a lot of these low cap market, like these low cap gems, you know. I was investing as well into Pluton. And I always say I never tell my low cap market gems to you guys out there. And I told you once, I told you once, I'm only going to tell you one low cap market gem. And you know where you told it? I literally told you below $5 over here. Then we had this first initial pump to $11. We came down again. And then we had this initial pump to $23. So we literally made more than a 430% here, even though markets were down. Because why? They got listed on Coinbase. How do I know it? I don't know. I mean, I was not expecting Coinbase listing, so it was good, but I invested like a bunch of money in it and I made a 4x of it. So it's pretty good. It's pretty good. And I'm very happy like my audience got in towards this ball, because right now we're all together making a bunch of money. And that's of course the best part about it. So, Melvin Koopmans, yeah, you were also a pretty OG, man. I know you were like indeed close stages. You were like early stages. 10 months for me. It's pretty crazy. Everyone's tuning in already for so long. Big shout out to everyone. I mean, everyone who's watching. I mean, it's pretty crazy. You guys have been here for such a long period already. And I know Melvin Koopmans, you have indeed been here very, very long here. I'm watching since no face. I'm watching here since all no face games. Oh, Yoop, indeed. Yeah. You were watching me while I was not even using a face game. Indeed, guys, in the beginning I was not using a face game. In the beginning, I mean, I couldn't even talk English. So, I mean, I learned my English through doing streams. So that's pretty crazy. Think about that. So that's why my English is still pretty terrible, but excuse me for that. Out of the 90 coins you own, one of them went big deal. I mean, I only showed one coin. I mean, I never show my low market cap gems here, and I only showed you one low market cap gem, and it absolutely exploded. You remember me, NASA, of course. You said me I have an Irish accent. I know. You told me I have an Irish accent, and I was very happy because of that. Rover, can you give me a shout out for the Turkey getting into metaverse? Of course, Turkey, big shout out to you for getting a metaverse. Of course, everyone's getting metaverse. Apple's getting metaverse. Everyone's going into metaverse. So what's next for Bitcoin? Of course, that's a good question. Next for Bitcoin, I mean, we're looking for a breakdown in my opinion. I mean, because the funding rates are again neutral on Binance and are even coming up further. And like we're not seeing extremely negative funding rates. I expect more downside here, to be very honest, and more leverage flush outs. Reason why you don't show low market cap gems, because people can get angry and people are going to say, oh, this is a promotion or whatsoever. Like it's a big risk for me showing a lot of low market cap gems. Because I can literally, I don't like it, but there is a possibility I can influence the price, and I don't want to do that. And I could go literally in court for those kinds of things. So I don't want to have those kind of problems. So that's the reason why I don't really talk about it. It's too risky. It's like a dark space here in the cryptocurrency space, a dark place I don't want to visit, of course. But anyways, guys, I'm sorry for it. But right now, I literally have to leave in 10 minutes from now on. I've got an appointment, unfortunately. So what I will be promising you guys is that I will be back with another stream or video later today. Depending on what's going to happen on the market, I will keep my eyes wide open here. Don't forget to follow me on Twitter. You can find links in the description. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram as well. Yesterday I did a pretty cool giveaway. I mean, let me check who it was here. Very lucky guy won $100. So if you just follow me on Twitter, you can participate in a lot of giveaways, because I like to give away some stuff to you guys, so you guys can be buying the dip again here. So anyways, thank you so much for watching towards this amazing new stream here on the channel once again today, and I'll check you guys on the next one. Peace out. See you later today, guys. Bye.